Hey everyone, so today I wanted to make a video, not really of a chart review because my trading was terrible today. Again, yet again, from an emotional point of view, and really enough's enough. Like I say that all the time, but this time I really feel enough is enough. Took a loss initially, and on the first loss, I can show it maybe. Quickly, there was this spike up a channel, and I've taken a second entry long here. Looking at it now, maybe this was just one leg of correction. We hadn't touched the EMA for quite a while, but I thought this was okay. First entry, second entry, great signal bar closing on its high. I mean, it's good enough for max typical 4 tick scalp. I was going for 12 ticks due to ATR, and we took a loss in that one, which I was okay about, I thought. But cut a long story short, I was on Tradeovate as well, and on Tradeovate, a sort of wider downtrend here looked okay, barring this massive overshoot. If you're not familiar with the strategy, an overshoot means that you should avoid the next one, potentially two setups, because overshoot can just catapult the market in the other direction, which it does. Well, cut a long story short, I took a second entry short here, got stopped out. Well, should have got stopped out, but I tilted. And that was the end of that eval. So enough is enough with this day-to-day disaster. So I thought I would write down the issues I have and the new plan of action for myself over the next 3 months in the run-up to summer. Sorry if my picture is flashing. I had to turn on my light, and one of the light bulbs, I don't know if it's on its last legs, but it's flashing, so forgive me for that. However, what is my issue? So I wrote out a few of the issues that I have and the plan of action. So the issue, trying to rush the process and wanting payouts yesterday. Terrible combination to have with trading, rushing the process and wanting payouts, obsessed with PNL. Any loss is seen as a huge disaster or setback. That causes a snowball of emotions and bad decision making. Tilt happens, revenge trading. And another issue is that we emotionally swing from very positive to extremely negative day to day. So if I have a good day with 2 good trades, I'm thinking, yes, we're on the road to success. Payouts are just around the corner. I have a bad day like today, and I will immediately think of this. We're starting again from zero. Progress is ruined. It's going to take so long to get back to where we were. Can I even do this? We're not going to get a payout this month. Just this snowball of emotions. That leads to big frustration when I do this type of analysis, because literally the only thing stopping me from being consistently profitable and succeeding in achieving my goals is my inability to accept a loss. That's the only thing that's stopping me. Trade selection 8-9 times out of 10 is good enough. Win rate usually is good enough. There can be a period where it's not up to standard, but it shouldn't be the end of the world. So the only thing is this roundabout or Ferris wheel we're on of 7, 8, 9 good days, and then having one day that wipes out everything. Some things that are leading to this, these first two issues connected, B or C grade setups, and we're not skipping those. Not perfect, but okay, trades. If these lead to losses, that causes an emotional snowball, because as soon as I go into drawdown, I'm already shouting at myself in my head or even out loud, like, you idiot, why did you take this trade? You know you shouldn't have taken the trade. Now we have a big loss. Now it's going to take 4 or 5 trades to get back to where we were. And that snowballs everything. For example, if I can pull up my trade evade today. So that was another thing. I had different candles on my trade evade, so I decided to look for ways to make back my loss. And I drew this downtrend. We have the overshoot I talked about, and we get this entry here. Now, I was already telling myself we have this short-term trend here, still in play. We have the overshoot. This looks like it could be a trap that you get ticked in, and then the market launches in the other direction. What happens? Exactly the same thing that I had warned myself about before the trade. These B or C grade setups, not skipping them, leads to me moving the stop and revenge trading. Both actions that cause huge losses and irreparable damage to evals, countless BA accounts. If some of that, if we limit the damage, we're not walking away when emotional. I'll lock myself in the office and either sit and just sulk, or keep trading and damaging what's left of the accounts. And that's why I need to walk away when I feel like that. I should only be sat at my desk trading when I am feeling okay emotionally. And a lot of times I am chopping and changing size and tick targets. So Mac, who designed the strategy, goes for 4 ticks. But that was, he's never changed from 4 ticks. And he started using 4 ticks when the market moved much slower. So his risk would be 8 ticks at most. Now with the ATR and bar size, stops can be 4, 5, 6 points at times. If you're going for 1 point, that risk reward, if you're not at max level, can be horrendous to manage. So most people go for 8 ticks, some 6 ticks, some even 12 ticks. But if I have a trade that goes 7 ticks or 10 ticks but doesn't hit my target and hits a stop, I will immediately change back to 4 ticks. If I then take a loss on a trade I was going for 4 ticks on, I will immediately change back to 8 or 12 ticks because I'm thinking, oh, this going for 4 ticks, I'm going to need 5 or 6 wins here to get back to break even. If it's useless, it's impossible. And I have to stop doing that. I just have to decide on one and stick to it over the long term. That's maybe another issue, is thinking day to day and not long term. So I need to think over the long term, at least a month to month basis, but longer term. Because if I just stuck to how I trade without the emotional wreck that I often have each day, then I think I would be, by the end of the year, I would be where I want to be. But I'm just not giving myself that time and process to hit those objectives and to let the probabilities play out. So I thought of a small plan of action or just some ideas that I had in my mind today. Firstly, a 3-month horizon. So review at the start of the summer. So I need to, we have, well, February's pretty much over. So we have March, April, May. Then June is when summer trading pretty much starts. So I really want to try to stick to the process and really iron out a lot of these issues I have in the next 3 months. And then see how the trading in June, look back and see how everything went. And connected to that, a data collection focus. I mentioned data collection because before becoming a trader or traveling the world, I was a data analyst. And as a data analyst, my job was collecting data to analyze. So I think instead of focusing on wins and losses, P&L, I need to try to change my mentality and think of this as just collecting data to analyze. Win or lose, it's just data to analyze. And I need to focus on that side of it. Connected to that, process over profit. So consistency, not payouts, is the goal. So coming to my desk each day, looking for 2 A+ setups per day, taking those trades, and just having that consistency. Walking away. For now, my rule should be walking away after 2 losses. I think I'll stick to that. Some people have suggested to walk away after 1 loss, but I think for now, I will follow this rule I put where after a loss, I step out of the office for 15 minutes. If we hit 2 losses, I'll definitely shut down because I'm checked into the Tilt Motel if I take 2 losses. For now, I'm going to stick with the 4 ticks of Mac. I'm pretty sure that I am over months more profitable going for 8 ticks. But as we're just data collecting, trying to concentrate on the process over profit, I'm going to follow Mac's scalp and run strategy. So 4 or 5 contracts, scalping, 4 ticks, and 1 contract as a runner. I have a journal, and in the journal, I'll monitor if each trade goes 6, 8, 12, 16 ticks, even 1-to-1, 2-to-1, to see what's really more profitable, and just see how my emotions are. But I think I'm just going to stick with Mac's 4 tick target for now because really I need to concentrate on taking good trades and concentrate on the process. And P&L, just for now, I need to forget about. And as an aside, not really an aside, but a side project is really to investigate why am I self-sabotaging. Because sometimes I will, if I'm on tilt, I've noticed that I will enjoy almost blowing the eval. It's like there's a part of me that thinks, yeah, look, this is blowing. Yeah, prove to yourself again that you can't do it. And then when I start another eval, it's like a relief. Oh, we're starting over. And I've done that with my life. I left my career, my job in Europe to travel the world. Like, screw it, I'm going to travel the world. So I have to maybe investigate what's causing that and do some work on that as well. And on a day-to-day basis, just envision. I don't know if I spelled envision right. I've been living in a Spanish-speaking country for so long that my English is now suffering. But envision myself as a trader I want to be. I watch people like Thomas Wade, Mac, other successful traders take losses fine or really come to trading with a professional mindset, act professionally. And that's what I want to be. I want to be coming into the office, taking 2 scalps a day and getting on with life and being successful that way. And that brings me to the potential issue, is that I often do this analysis in my head after or before the market opens, or after the market closes or before the market opens. And then when I'm sat at my desk with a mouse in front of me, all hell breaks loose in the trading trenches. So I really have to just try to focus and force myself to apply what I'm talking about here, and see where we are at the end of May. Because for all this frustration, all this stress, really I just made these couple of small changes. By the end of May, we'll be going into summer more or less where we'd like to be. So I might print this out, put it on my desk, come back to this video, and hopefully by the end of June, things will be looking up, and I'll just continue to post the trades that I take. I picked up a cheap Apex 150k eval just to have the data available, and larger eval size just so I could scalp and run, but really not focusing on passing the eval, really just trying to keep it alive, quite honestly now, and really try to focus on this plan of action I have. Collect the data, work on placing a trade and be hands off for the scalp portion. Just collecting all the data to really focus on the process, try to get consistent, and hopefully with that, we'll see big changes by June. But if you have any advice, comments, I would definitely appreciate it. So thanks again for tuning in, and see you next time. Bye bye.